Welcome to our countdown of the top 6 most useless mega projects in the world. These are the projects that, despite their massive budgets, have failed to deliver on their promises, becoming nothing more than colossal monuments to hubris, bad planning, or just plain bad luck. From a hotel that's been under construction for decades to a mall so big it's mostly empty, we're diving deep into the world of architectural misfires and engineering enigmas. Buckle up because some of these stories are truly unbelievable. Let's kick things off in North Korea, a country known for its secrecy, its propaganda, and apparently, its unfinished construction projects. Looming over the Pyongyang skyline is the Ryugyong Hotel, a 105-story pyramid-shaped behemoth that's been under construction since 1987. That's right, 1987. We're talking older than the internet, older than MC Hammer Pants, older than the Berlin Wall coming down. This hotel has seen it all, or at least it would have if it had ever actually opened.
The Ryugyong Hotel was supposed to be a symbol of North Korea's power and ingenuity, a shining beacon of modernity in a country often shrouded in darkness. But things didn't quite go according to plan. Construction was plagued by delays, funding shortages, and rumors of shoddy workmanship. By 1992, the building had reached its full height, but then it just stopped.
For 16 long years, the Ryugyong Hotel stood as a hollow concrete shell, a stark reminder of unfulfilled promises. In 2008, construction finally resumed, thanks in part to an investment from an Egyptian telecommunications company. The exterior was completed, and for a brief moment it seemed like the Ryugyong Hotel might actually open its doors. But alas, it was not meant to be.
To this day, the hotel remains unfinished, a $750 million testament to the perils of unchecked ambition. Some say the building is cursed, others that it's structurally unsound. Whatever the reason, the Ryugyong Hotel stands as a potent symbol of North Korea's struggles, a concrete manifestation of a country grappling with isolation and economic hardship. It's a sobering reminder that even the grandest of plans can crumble under the weight of their own ambition.
And the truly tragic part? Imagine the karaoke nights they could have had in there. The echoing halls, the questionable song choices, the off-key renditions of My Way by people who definitely haven't found their way. It would have been glorious. But instead, we're left with this empty shell, a monument to what could have been. From a communist country with a shortage of almost everything, we travel to a capitalist country with, well, too much of everything. Specifically, too much mall. Welcome to the New South China Mall, located in Dongguan, China, a place that proves definitively that if you build it, they will not necessarily come. This sprawling complex was once the largest shopping mall in the world, boasting over 7 million square feet of retail space. To put that in perspective, you could fit about 100 football fields in there. Or, if you're more of a visual learner, imagine a small city entirely dedicated to the pursuit of buying things you don't need.
The new South China Mall opened its doors in 2005 with great fanfare. Developers envisioned a shopper's paradise, a place where people could spend their days browsing luxury boutiques, dining at fancy restaurants, and generally reveling in the glory of consumerism. But there was just one small problem. Nobody showed up. Well, almost nobody.
For years, the new South China Mall stood as a monument to overbuilding and misplaced optimism. The vast majority of its storefronts remained empty, the hallways echoing with the sound of tumbleweeds, or at least what tumbleweeds would sound like if they existed in China and had a fondness for air conditioning.
There are various theories about why the mall failed so spectacularly. Some blame its location, others the rise of online shopping. Whatever the reason, the new South China Mall stands as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked development and the fickle nature of consumer demand. It's enough to make you want to lie down for a good cry, preferably in the middle of a deserted food court surrounded by the ghosts of unsold merchandise. But hey, at least you'd have plenty of space to yourself.
Next up on our tour of architectural misadventures, we're heading to Spain, a country known for its beautiful beaches, delicious tapas, and apparently its ghost airports. Nestled in the heart of La Mancha, the land of windmills and Don Quixote, lies Ciudad Real Central Airport, a 1.1 billion euros monument to the Spanish property bubble and its spectacular burst. This airport had it all: a sleek, modern terminal, a 4,000-meter runway, enough parking spaces to accommodate a small country, It was supposed to be a gateway to southern Spain, a hub for international travel, a symbol of Spain's economic prowess. But there was just one tiny, insignificant detail that the planners seemed to have overlooked. Nobody actually wanted to fly there.
The airport opened in 2008, just as the global financial crisis was hitting Spain hard. Airlines weren't exactly lining up to add new routes, especially to an airport located in the middle of nowhere, a good 2-hour drive from the nearest major city. For a few brief, glorious years, Ciudad Real Central Airport sat largely unused, its pristine terminal echoing with the sound of crickets, and the occasional lost tourist wondering if they'd stumbled onto the set of a post-apocalyptic film.
In 2012, the inevitable happened. The airport went bankrupt and closed its doors, leaving behind a trail of debt and a whole lot of unanswered questions. Today, Ciudad Real Central Airport stands as a ghostly reminder of Spain's boom and bust years, a concrete and steel testament to the perils of over-optimism and the importance of, actually having a demand for something before you spend billions of dollars building it. It's enough to make you want to pour yourself a stiff drink, preferably while sitting in the airport's deserted control tower, reflecting on the fleeting nature of success and the enduring power of bad planning. From the dusty plains of Spain, we jet off to the shimmering shores of Dubai, a city known for its towering skyscrapers, its opulent lifestyle, and its, shall we say, flexible relationship with the laws of nature. And what better example of Dubai's audacity than the Palm Jumeirah, a man-made archipelago shaped like a palm tree because, well, why not? It's Dubai after all.
This engineering marvel, visible from space, allegedly, was built by dredging up millions of tons of sand and rock from the Persian Gulf and shaping it into the desired form. It's home to luxury villas, 5-star hotels, and enough artificial beaches to make a mermaid jealous.
But beneath the glitz and glamour, there's a slightly less glamorous reality. The Palm Jumeirah is sinking. Slowly but surely, the islands are sinking back into the sea from which they were so audaciously plucked.
The reasons for this are complex, but essentially boil down to the fact that building a giant artificial island in a dynamic marine environment might not have been the most well-thought-out plan. The erosion of the island's protective breakwaters, coupled with the natural settling of the reclaimed land, has led to a gradual but noticeable sinking effect.
Now, before you panic and cancel your Dubai vacation, it's worth noting that the sinking is happening at a very slow rate, and the developers are constantly working on mitigation measures. But still, there's something deeply ironic about the fact that this monument to human ingenuity, this triumph over nature, is slowly being reclaimed by the very forces it sought to conquer.
It's enough to make you want to pour yourself a strong drink, preferably while lounging in an infinity pool overlooking the Arabian Gulf, contemplating the ephemeral nature of human endeavors and the awesome power of the sea.
From the sun-drenched beaches of Dubai, we travel to the frigid wastes of Siberia, a land of permafrost, polar bears, and apparently giant holes in the ground. And when we say giant, we mean truly gargantuan. Welcome to the Murni Diamond Mine, a testament to human greed and the sheer audacity of digging a hole so big it can suck helicopters out of the sky.
This open-pit mine, located in the Sakha Republic, is over 1,700 feet deep and has a diameter of over 3,900 feet. To put that in perspective, you could fit the entire Eiffel Tower inside it, with room to spare for a decent-sized amusement park.
The Murni Diamond Mine was once the largest diamond mine in the world, a symbol of Soviet industrial might and a source of untold riches. For decades, it churned out millions of carats of diamonds, fueling the Soviet war machine and adorning the fingers of the world's elite.
But the mine's glory days were not to last. As the diamonds dwindled and the costs of extraction soared, the Murni Diamond Mine became increasingly unprofitable. In 2004, after more than 40 years of operation, the mine was finally closed, leaving behind a gaping wound in the earth and a legacy of environmental damage.
Today, the Murni Diamond Mine stands as a stark reminder of the human capacity for both creation and destruction. It's a symbol of the insatiable hunger for resources and the often devastating consequences of our pursuit of wealth.
It's enough to make you want to curl up in a fetal position and weep for the future of humanity, preferably while surrounded by a small mountain of blood diamonds. But hey, at least you'd be warm.
And finally, we end our journey in Barcelona, Spain, home to tapas, sangria, and a basilica that's been under construction for so long it's practically achieved mythical status. Behold, the Sagrada Familia, Antoni Gaudi's masterpiece, a masterpiece that, well, hasn't actually been mastered yet.
This architectural marvel, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, has been under construction since 1882. That's right, 1882. We're talking older than the telephone, older than the light bulb, older than sliced bread. Gaudi, a visionary architect known for his unique style and his love of all things organic, dedicated his life to the Sagrada Familia, but even he knew he wouldn't live to see it completed.
And indeed, when he died in 1926, only a small portion of the basilica had been built. Since then, construction has continued, albeit at a snail's pace, funded largely by donations and tourist revenue.
The Sagrada Familia is a truly awe-inspiring sight, a riot of towers, spires and sculptures, all inspired by nature's forms. But it's also a constant reminder of the passage of time, of the ephemeral nature of human life, and of the fact that some things are just really, really hard to build.
The current completion date is set for 2026, the centenary of Gaudi's death. But given the project's history, it wouldn't be surprising if it took a few more decades or even centuries. And you know what? That's okay.
Because the Sagrada Familia is more than just a building, it's a testament to human ambition, creativity, and the enduring power of a good, albeit very, very long-term plan. It's enough to make you want to sit down with a glass of wine, preferably while gazing up at the basilica's intricate facade, and contemplate the mysteries of the universe and the futility of trying to finish anything on time.
So, there you have it, folks. Our whirlwind tour of the world's most useless megaprojects. From a hotel frozen in time to a mall bigger than its customer base, from an airport that never took off to an island sinking under the weight of its own ambition, from a diamond mine that swallowed helicopters to a basilica that's taking centuries to build, we've seen it all. These projects may be monuments to waste, but they're also testaments to the human spirit, for better or for worse. They remind us that even the grandest of plans can go awry, that nature often has the last laugh, and that sometimes it's okay to just give up and build a really, really big hole in the ground. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more interesting content. See you next time.